Yes, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trading Lab. It's me, I'm your host, DK. So today, the market has, done exactly what we've all been waiting for the market to do, especially with the gold pair, UJ and Euro USD. So before I want to start and tell you about what's going on in the market, if you're new to this channel, make sure you show me some love and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Of course, like and comment. Let me know that you're there and join the community. But let's jump into it. So I'm looking at a gold pair right now, and everything's looking great. When we go to the bottom, I was telling you guys about the entry. So this is a nice little entry that I made over here. We've got like a micro one lot size over here. That's up like £131 so far. So when I tell you guys about making sure you catch it from the bottom, you can see when price came over here. When price came over here, you can see this was a nice little support area for us to work with. Now, I was kind of looking over here, right, on a 30 minutes time frame to see where this bounced back from. So on the 30 minutes time frame, we can see that we have a nice little support area over here where price bounced from, right here. Yeah. So from here, over here, you can see price bounce from this support over here, and hence the reason why we've got like an uptrend right now. So you can see over here, you can see right here bounce back from this, where the blue line is where the support is, and then it's making its way upwards. So as you can see right now, we've found another support area in a 30 minute time frame. We found another support area from around here. So we got buyers that's of course heavily camping around this area over here, right over here, on a 30 minutes time frame. So this is where we made the entry, right? So now what we're going to do with gold, especially with gold, we're going to wait for this high over here to be broken, right here. We can wait for this high to be broken, and we can see how price has already created a high over here, and you know that price is probably going to correct itself, but we don't know how far the correction is going to go. But we're not willing to come off the trade anytime soon right now, so we're just going to watch it, see exactly what price is going to do. But I already have a nice little indication to let me know that price is going to break past this high, because you can see the structure from over here. So over here, you can see how highs got broken over here. So we have a BOS over here, and now we have another high over here that's going to, of course, be a potential BOS. We go on a 4 hours time frame to see how everything's looking. You can see we've got a solid candlestick over here, and of course we're waiting to break past this. Once we break past this and we see what price does correct itself, then we're going to go for an entry with gold. So this is how we're going to scale gold. It's Friday today, and the time right now is 8:34. So the time is very early. So hopefully by let's say 8 o'clock, price should actually break this high. And if it doesn't break this high by 8 o'clock, it's cool. We can just wait till next week and see exactly what's going on with the trade. Like, you know what? I'll say this to you guys as well, especially if you guys are new in trading. Yeah, don't try to rush your trades. Like, let your trades cook, let it marinate. Although you might see that your trade might hit your TP, but before it hits the TP, your trade's got to have to correct itself. It's got to be up and down in the market, and it's got to give opportunity. Look at it in a positive way. It's giving opportunity for people that missed the last entry that you have to potentially get into a new entry and ride the wave. So it is what it is with the market, but always make sure that you're confident in whatever trade that you take, because that's the only way you're going to win, really and truly, is having that confidence and knowing that it's going to go that way, and just stay by it. You should never be easily manipulated with price action, and your thoughts just drifts to, oh no, it's going to go down, let me sell, and that's how you start losing money, my boy. But that's the reason why you got to join my Telegram. My Telegram link is going to be added in the description. Join my Telegram and join my PGC group so you can get this types of trades. And of course, find the community. Let's get to Euro USD. I was talking to you guys about Euro USD. Exactly what I said about Euro USD was going to happen is happening right now. We have a beautiful setup. The same setup I told you guys last week, the last video that I had that just released on Wednesday. I told you guys about this beautiful setup of Euro USD. And those that actually listened, that watch my video and actually listen and actually say, yo, DK knows what he's talking about. Let me plug in. caught this trade. So that's a good look. We're going to 4 hours time frame. We're going to see exactly what's happening in the 4 hours time frame. And we'll see if a trade is even worth entering right now, because the move has been made. You know, the move has been made. So we can see what's going on. So right now, this looks like a nice little setup right now. If I go on a 30 minutes time frame to see exactly what's happening, it does look like a nice setup on a 30 minutes time frame, Euro USD, on a Thursday as well. It looks like a nice setup over here, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about it. But over here, we can use this area over here as a support. You know, you can use this area over here as a support. And then also, you can potentially use this area over here as an SL. So I'm going to write down the SL so you guys can understand exactly what I'm talking about when I say SL. SL means stop loss. So meaning when price comes down to this area zone, you should be willing to get out the trade. You should be looking to get out of the trade or releasing some lot size to prevent heavier bleeding when you're in the market. So the entry point will be around this area over here. Your stop loss will be here. And of course, your target should be, you're going on a 4 hours time frame. Your target should be right over here, right? Where price has been before. So let's go on a line chart and see exactly what's happening. So we say our target will be right here. We'll put the flag over here. This is the indication that you should be finishing this trade. So now this is a beautiful setup with Euro USD. Amazing setup with Euro USD. You can see how price, and the reason why I say this is a beautiful setup right now, I'm going to release this on my PGC group. They're going to have it in real time. This is going to get released in YouTube on Saturday. So unfortunately, you're not going to have it in real time, but I'm going to give it to you how I see the market right now. So hopefully it might help you in terms of how you want to, strategize, or, you want to add my format to your format. And, if it works for you, it works for you. Because whatever works for me, don't work for you. But you can get a little bit of some people's sauce, add it to your sauce, and then make it make sense to you. Trading is a lifestyle. It's got to represent your life, because my life and your life is different. So you got to make sure that you got to find something that works with you, especially when you're trading in the market, and then run with it. So if we look at it right now, if we look at it from the 4 hours time frame, would that go for an entry looking at it right now? So ask yourself this question, yeah? When you're looking at a position right now and you look to yourself and you say, yo, this is a nice entry. I would love to go for this entry. You have to make sure that you look at the supports, the next supply zone. It's very important. That's an indication to let you know that, price might reject when it gets around this zone area. Because a lot of the time when people see things like this, they think, okay, let me go for an entry, not knowing that you have supports over here and you have sellers over here that's going to be pushing the price down every time price comes down here. Because why? You got people that's trying to go for a short. Yeah, so people that's trying to go for a short position are willing to wait for price to come down here and go for a short position. So keep that in mind any time when you're at the tip of a breakout and you think to yourself, let me enter this so I can be the first person in before the breakout happens. You don't want to be in a drawdown just because you don't want to wait for price to come down to a nice entry point you feel comfortable at. So on a 4 hours time frame, you can see this is a beautiful candlestick. When we go on a 15 minutes time frame, you can see another candlestick as well. So you can see this candlestick is about to break past this, right? So to go for an entry right now will be risky. The reason why I say to go for an entry would be risky with Euro USD, because this candlestick has not closed, right? So always make sure when the candlestick's about to close, you got like 30 seconds left to decide, okay, cool, should I go for a buy or should I just wait? Yeah. But like I said, we're in a London session right now, so there's a lot of volatility in the market. So this will be a nice position to go for an entry, but you need to know where to get out from. You know what I mean? But more time, that's the reason why I'd rather get it from when it's like below, make an entry, and then see where it goes from there. When it's too close to the top, next to the support, and you got people ready to push the price down, it's like you against. It's like I look at it like this. It's always going to be 5 man against 10 man. Because more time when you have buyers that's pushing it up and then you got 10 man that's pushing it down, guess what? Price is going to come down. correct itself, and then you have the buyers that's going to push it up and then, you know, break through again. But that's how you got to look at when you're trading. So now this is a nice little setup, but I wouldn't enter for this setup. I'll wait for the setup to actually, you know, I'll wait for a nice little correction before I enter this setup, because I feel like this is a bit too late to the party. You know, that's how you get like, you know, caught up. Look at this beautiful candlestick. We've got 17 minutes left for this candlestick to be closed. This looks beautiful, and this is actually at 8:42. You know, it looks beautiful. It looks like something that you would like to make an entry in, and you know, it looks like it. But majority of the time, don't be fooled by how it looks like. Always wait for it to come to the position that you're waiting for, and that's Euro USD. And then when we go on a day time frame, we can see exactly how it looks in the day time frame. It looks beautiful in the day time frame. Very, very beautiful in the day time frame. It's looking even tempting to go for this trade, but you know, I know better, you know. So we'll go to UJ. UJ is gonna be the last pair. I was telling you guys about the last week with UJ, exactly everything that was happening with UJ. You remember that? You remember this gap over here that we was waiting for it to correct itself when price dropped? It's been filled in. So now have a look over here, guys. Yeah, have a look over here. Notice we have this support over here. We can mark this support over here. This is actually a good support over here that we can mark. We can keep an eye on this support over here. So look at this wicks over here. This is a Forex time frame. This wicks over here. It's closed over here. Then you have the candlestick. You made a new high over here. So we go on the line chart. We can see here, and then we have price coming down a little bit more. So you know, I'll say, and I've marked up over here as well as a, you know, this bit over here is what I want to use as like a, you know, a stop loss to, you know, get out of the trade. But I want price to actually come down a little bit lower with UJ. And remember, guys, yeah, we're on Friday, so I wouldn't say to anyone to go for like a trade on Friday, especially with UJ, because it's Friday and the market's going to close in the next 10 hours. So we'll just watch the pair and see exactly what happens. But 100% make sure that you have a long position mindset on UJ only. That's what I'm telling you, my people, my PGC, a long position only. There's no point trying to go for like a quick short and not knowing exactly where the short's your target's going to be at, because you can use this support and say, yeah, I'm going to come out from here. But you know, when price makes little highs like this, then this is a clear indication that a reversal is about to happen. And I told you guys from a day time frame already, there was a nice little reversal that was happening anyway with UJ. You can see where price comes down here, bounce back up, click back here, bounce back up, come back here, bounce back up. And it's all about finding a nice little area over here. You can ride it back upwards with UJ. But yeah, guys, listen, the market is the same thing that I said to you guys the last week, you know. We're gonna keep monitoring the trade that we're at right now. And I might probably go live in the afternoon, and I might catch you guys there as well. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay blessed, enjoy yourselves, DK.